Hi everyone, I've been having a massive declutter this year, which is one of the reasons I did the video Decluttering for Seniors. So I thought today, I've reached my studio and I've been decluttering in here, so I thought today I would give you some tips. Maybe you're moving, you're downsizing, or maybe you just want to have a big declutter anyway. Number one is be practical with your space. If you're moving, especially if you're downsizing, essential and functional should come first, because if you are downsizing, obviously you're going to have less space and you don't want to choose items that are going to clutter up the place. If you've got a bedroom set which you've loved for years and really you want to take it with you but it won't fit in the new place, then it might be time to let go of that. And yes, it's sad, but you'll have to be tough on yourself, because if you're taking bigger stuff into a smaller place, it's just going to feel, really cluttered. So be practical with what you choose, and maybe choose practical over sentimental. And I'm not talking about sentimental items. I'm talking perhaps maybe kitchen items that you've had for years and you love, but you don't use them very often. So it might be better just to let those go and, as I say, choose practical items that you really need and use. 2 is to declutter with empathy and understanding, and take the time to acknowledge the stories of how you got something. And if you really are sentimentally attached to it, then you need to process that. And especially if you have to move quickly, there may be some reason that you've suddenly got to move, and you need to process letting those items go. So, have empathy for yourself, and if you need help, then maybe get a family member or a friend. But if you're letting that item go, make sure that you make the decision to let that item go. Don't let that other person do that for you. Number 3 is to organise yourself to make things easier. When you're packing up, make sure that all the boxes are marked so that you know what's in the box, and mark which room that it will be going into if you're moving. If you're not comfortable with the word downsizing, you could perhaps use the word resize. Mentally, it might just make a difference. But yeah, definitely get everything organised into different boxes. Make sure that they're all marked, and then when you get there, you can find, what you need. You might need the kettle, you might need curtains, and it just makes life easier. And again, if you have to suddenly move, if you're not moving and you're just decluttering the whole house, if you did have to suddenly move and you've got stuff stored away, you know what's in it and where it will go if you do have to suddenly move. Number 4 is one we all struggle with, is memory items, sentimental items. You should keep some sentimental stuff that you can have perhaps in a corner of a room, or maybe along one wall. I've never said to get rid of everything. I have got a handful of sentimental items, and I have actually got a wooden box from when my late partner passed away. It's not that big, it's just sort of like that, and it's got small bits and pieces in there. So I've never said you should get rid of all sentimental items. That just, you don't want to erase your whole life. But keep the ones that really mean something. I mean, for instance, if you've got a cup with a broken handle on it, and yes, it might have a photo of a family member, but at the end of the day, it's tatty because the handle's broken. Maybe you could get another one redone, but don't be tempted to keep loads of broken stuff, or perhaps you could take a photo of it, is the thing, that we always say these days. But yeah, keep some sentimental stuff. You've got to, as I say, you can't just erase your whole life. But just don't overdo it. Keep the ones that really matter. Number 5 is to take your time and deal with things slowly, which I've probably already mentioned. But it can be really overwhelming, whether you're just decluttering or you are moving. It really is overwhelming, as I think most of us know. So break it down into sections, do a room at a time, and within that room, maybe you could do cupboards first, perhaps another time you could do drawers under the bed. So just break it down so that you can process each thing that you do, so that you can process each section that you do. So take your time and just do it slowly. So it's one of the reasons actually that if you are moving, you should do it as soon as you know that you're going to move. Don't leave it until the last minute, because then you get that time to process everything. When I relocated to where I am now, the move actually, it went through in 6 weeks, which is really quick. So, you know, just be prepared. Don't think that, oh, I'll wait until I've sold my house. The minute you know, start decluttering. That's the best way to do it. So number 6 is to be prepared. Even if you're not moving, it's still great to have a declutter and keep the house sort of prepared. You never know when you might have to move, and I'm saying this because I had to move my mum 3 times. I managed to get her here where I am a year later after I relocated, but I had to move her 2 more times because she was disabled and we really needed a downstairs flat. But the 2 flats, the first flat and then the second flat, were upstairs, and that was the only ones that we could get. And then all of a sudden a downstairs flat came up and we ended up moving her a 3rd time. Now the only reason that that was made easier was because everything was organised. When I moved her from her house in the last area that we lived, we had gone through everything. So actually the 3 moves, by the time by the time we moved her a 3rd time, it was actually quite easy because everything was organised. And the stuff that she didn't use but wanted to keep was all boxed up, and it just made life really easy. So be prepared, because as we get older we might have to suddenly move. We don't know when we're gonna, you know, we might have some illness. My mum retired at 60 and she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at 65. So she literally had 5 years where she kind of wasn't worrying and was enjoying her retirement. And although it was a long process of the illness over 16 years, nonetheless those years she was going down. So just be prepared. I mean, it might be, you know, that you don't get anything, but we don't know. So yeah, just be prepared. And I'm not saying, you know, the house has got to be all immaculate and everything, but if there is stuff that you don't use, just, you know, keep it in nice boxes and mark it, as I've said before. And then if you do have to suddenly move, it just makes life so much easier. So anyway, that's my 6 tips for today for decluttering. I hope that it's helped you. If you've got some questions, please leave down below. I'm always happy to answer. So just to say thank you so much for being here. I really love, you know, making little videos for this channel. The channel has grown so much, and I thank you with all my heart. I really do, because it's amazing. I love it, and that's down to you guys. So thank you so much. So as always, take care of yourselves, and I hope you're enjoying the spring, or at least here in the UK it's been quite warm. And yeah, so I will see you very soon. Bye bye for now.